Good morning, GOIGI. Today is April 22nd, 2016. It is 7:28 in the morning on my end. Okay guys, let's go ahead and get back into the edits here. Coming back to our website. So looking at it from the home page, I did see the search bar update. The search bar is nearly perfect. It is almost perfect. We need to make a few minor edits to the search bar. No major edits, just one minor edit. And I'm going to tell you what that is right now. Okay guys, so the search bar. Okay, so looking at it here, the first problem I see with the search bar is that we don't have this part of the search bar connected. So to give you guys an example, what we need is to have these little things need to be creased, guys. It needs to be closed. It looks a little strange. It's not a big deal. However, it's the prize is in the details, in my honest opinion. And if you see here, it's not connected to the search bar. So taking a look at a good example here, you see that this part here is connected to the search bar. If we can get it to look like that, that would be amazing, guys. So again, you could see it's not connected here, and it's not connected right here. We need it to be connected. That's the only. There's one other problem, but it's not functional. It's here, guys. It's the keywords, model, skewer, items. We need to change that to keywords. It needs to look like this, guys. It needs to look like this right here. This is you have here a space between the keywords and comma and all that. Let's go ahead and clean that up a little bit. It's keywords with a capital K, comma, model number, model with a capital M, and then space, number, or item with a capital I, space, pound sign or hashtag. So if you guys need to see exactly what it looks like, you can go over to newegg.com and you can see that they have it set up like that. Excuse me, let me go back here. So again, it's keywords, comma, model space, hashtag, space, or space, item, space, hashtag. So this is what ours should look like as well. It doesn't need to have the same font. It just needs to be properly cased, and the commas need to be in the right place. It just needs to look like this, guys. It just needs to look like this. That's all it needs to look like. As far as everything else, the search bar works perfectly, guys. I do not want the search bar to undergo, massive change because of a couple edits. So the search bar right now is working perfectly. I have no problem with it at all. It works as advertised. It works perfectly. We just need to change, again, we need to change this here. This part needs to be connected to the search bar, like they have it on Amazon. It's connected to the search bar, you can see there. And then this part needs to look more or less, it needs to look exactly like, it needs to say keywords, space, model number, space, or item number, space. It needs to look like that, guys. So you can find that right here. So that's why I have the spelling and grammar edits. We already covered this part, which is make all connected to search bar. So next thing we're going to do is change shop by category. Here where it says shop by category, let's just go ahead and change that to departments. So it should look something like this, guys. It should just be departments. It should just say departments, just like that. Well, keep the same font. Don't change the font. The font is perfectly fine. It just needs to say departments. That's all. So just change shop by again. So I have it here. Change shop by category to departments. Okay, guys. So something I noticed on the site was that, for example, when I go to the checkout page, I noticed that there's product categories on every single page. It's not really necessary. We don't need the product categories on every single page. That's why we have it in the header. It's out of place, to be honest. It doesn't look good, and again, I saw this on the checkout page as well. You know, I don't mind it so much here. You know, if you're gonna put it here, that's okay, because we're actually right now the user would be shopping, for example. But say for example here, guys, on the checkout page, I mean, it doesn't really paint a picture here. We don't need to have it necessarily here on the checkout page. I'd rather clean that up, guys, and honestly go ahead and remove this part from being on every single page. That's why we have the shop by category, which is now going to be departments. So that's one of the things that we need to change there real quick. Let's see. Okay, so that's good. There is some functionality there. That's good. Okay. So I did see you guys added this. I didn't notice that before, where it kind of tells you when you've added something to your cart on the page. I do like that. That's very nice. Thank you guys for that. That looks very good. Okay, guys. Somewhere down the line, we lost our discount and condition filters. I don't know where those went. I may have requested to remove them. That might have been my fault. However, at the very minimum, we need to have a condition filter for the products, guys. We need to have a condition filter here like we used to have it for the products, and it needs to work. We need to be able to distinguish between a new and a used product. So the discount, I can live without that. I don't think it's a very commonly used filter. You could see here I'm on Amazon, and they don't really have a discount filter, at least not the one that I'm aware of, for example. So again, like you can see here how Amazon has all these filters and all that stuff. So for now, at the very minimum, we should have a condition filter like them, like where we can choose new or used. And it should work, guys. That should be a function that should work, and it should not be static. It should work. So again, looking back at our site, we don't have that. We don't have the ability to go ahead and make that distinguishment between new or used products. So again, you see Amazon has condition and then new or used. Again, it doesn't need to look like exactly like this. Let's go ahead and keep, let's make sure we're uniform with our font. Let's not go ahead and change our the way our font looks. It should say condition in the same font as this, and it should be able to distinguish from a new and used product. And that pretty much covers that part. Okay, guys, so one of the things that I haven't been very clear on is the way we're going to structure what type of products that my business partner and I intend to sell. And I've held off on that because mainly because I'm still in the process of getting additional suppliers for different products. But that being said, I know what we want to sell. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to change the departments now. It used to be called categories, and now we're going to refer to it as departments. So the first thing I want to do is show you guys the way Amazon has their categories structured. And the first thing I want to tell you guys about this is don't worry so much about the products that we currently have, because most of that is sample data. We will sell those products, however, don't worry about those products because all of that is sample data. So when we have these categories structured, we're going to be adding products that fall under these categories. We're going to be adding several different products which fall under these categories. So let's go ahead and look at the Amazon example. So most of this stuff, it belongs to Amazon here. This stuff here, for example, the Kindle, that's not important. But what I want to do for the site is I want to structure our categories like this, starting from books and Audible all the way down to home services, and we're also going to add a department for travel. So if you look again at this sticky note here, I have all the same categories: books, Audible, movie, and games, all that stuff. Excuse me, let me make this edit here. Okay, so you could see here I have books and Audible, movies, music, and games. So we want all of these same categories, we want to have them on our site. And then what we want to do is go ahead and, for example, let me take you guys back to the template. Okay? Now stick with me here because what I'm going to tell you is very important. Because, guys, something I want to mention to you is that we're very close to having this site ready to go. This site is nearly ready to go. It's missing a few edits, a few minor edits, but other than that, we're almost ready to get this site launched, guys. We're not far away from that, and this is why I am very adamant about the categories, guys. Originally, when I came to you guys, I came to you guys with the template. Okay, I came to you guys with this. I came to you guys with the template and how I wanted more or less, for the categories to look like, or what the categories should have looked like, for example. And I came to you guys with this. This is not a bad example. The problem is with this is that it's oversaturated. If you noticed something with Amazon is that what they do is they condense their categories. For example, they have beauty and then health and grocery. And the reason they do that is because they want to create a good user experience. It's perfect. This stuff has research behind it, okay? And they find out through their user experiences what's going to be the best way to be able to structure their categories. So the problem with the template that I gave you guys is that it's not condensed. It's, for example, here we have jewelry. That should not be a main category. When you go to Amazon, for example, they have it under handmade. So if you go under handmade, anything that's handmade is going to fall under handmade. So, however, what we would like to do is the following. We would like to do this. We would like to structure our categories the way that Amazon has it, right? But if you notice, we used to have the categories, filled in with the pictures and all that stuff. So take, for example, home and garden. So home, garden, and tools, that's a category that Amazon has. okay? But we want the site to look, to have to have the picture here. You know, for example, when I come to the site, if I were to, if there was, okay, for example, electronics and computer, okay, this picture, it doesn't look good, guys. I mean, that's not going to suffice. We certainly don't intend to launch the site like that. I mean, we have here Bose SoundLink, for example. These are products, guys. These are not categories. These are not even subcategories. They're products, so they shouldn't be here. For example, all this stuff should not be here. So I think you guys need to look at it and say, because it's going to be very hard for me to make this very, very granular so that you guys can implement it. So what I'm asking you guys to do is just take a step back and honestly think about how these departments should be structured, but most importantly is in terms of in terms of the way it should look, is that we want our pictures, guys. We want to be able to come to on our website to Home and Garden and see a bunch of different. I mean, you guys can use this stuff if you wanted to. You guys can use these subcategories if you wanted to. Okay, maybe not the subtitles, because that's gibberish. That's not going to help us. But we need to have that look, guys. We need to have that look that we originally had when you guys implemented the theme. We can't have, I mean, we can't have these pictures like that. That doesn't look good, guys. I mean, look at the way that Amazon looks. I mean, you go to electronics and computer, and they have it. They have the background picture here, and they have a bunch of different subcategories, that would fall under electronics and computer. And I mean, if you guys want to just do it exactly like this, go ahead and do it. I mean, from everything from electronics and computers all the way to handmade, and all from books and Audible all the way to home services, and then we're going to add travel as well, because we do intend to sell travel packages on the website. So if that's what it takes, guys, if you guys just want to use this verbatim, go ahead and do it. I'll figure out where to get the products from. You guys don't worry about that. I'll figure out where to find the suppliers for all this stuff, because I have suppliers for almost 80% of the products that we intend to sell already. But again, I think you guys need to really look at it and say and think about it intuitively, because it's going to be very difficult for me to make this process extremely granular. I mean, it's going to take a while for me to do that, guys, and time is of the essence. So we want to have this, look very nice. We want the pictures in the background when we come to the categories. When we come here, guys, forget about all this. You guys are going to have to change this, more or less, because these are the categories that we want, guys. These are the categories that we want. But we also want you to add the pictures in the back. We also want you to add the pictures in the back. So going back to the theme, for example, when I went to travel, if you guys remember the way the theme looked when you gave it back to us, there was a picture here, guys. It was a plane, right, and all that stuff. And if you notice, that provides a good user experience, because we know it does, because otherwise Amazon wouldn't be doing. Amazon is doing it too. So that lets you know that hey, this is something that obviously makes sense. So we want, guys, for our categories to have this type of feel, have this look. And again, guys, we gave you all of the material to do it. It's in the theme. it's in the box, guys. In images. I mean, I'm sure I can find it here if I look hard enough. It's those are the test categories. Oh great, now I can't find it, but it should be here, guys. It should be the pictures that go in the background of the categories should be very well here. And in fact, I'm going to find it because I know it's here. No, you know what? Maybe, perhaps it's not. Um, well, maybe it's not there, but well, I can't find it, but somewhere it was there somewhere when we gave you guys the theme and you were able to implement it somehow. So again, this is what we kind of want, guys. If we're gonna have a you know, a books and Audible category, I'm sorry, department, then go ahead and add a picture of the books in the background. If we're gonna have a movies, music, and games or whatever, find for example, here's a good one. There should be a guy. There's a guy playing a guitar there, right? There's a guy playing a guitar. We have that image somewhere, but you know, just it's a matter of kind of just thinking about it intuitively. Think about it like this: if I were to come to this category, movies, music, and games, what do I want to see here? I mean, we don't really want the Universal Orlando Resort. We don't want that. But think about something that would fit that department. It could be a picture of an instrument. It could be a picture of you know, somebody playing the guitar or whatever. Again, electronics and computers. They have a picture of some home speakers. This is kind of stuff that we want, guys. This is the kind of stuff that we want. And home garden and tools. They have the Mother's Day gift guide. This is a promotion they're having now. So this is stuff that we want to have, you know, on our site when we come to these categories, guys, and or departments now. We want to come here and see, for example, a bunch of subcategories structured the same way. And oh yeah, look how these guys do it. For example, home garden and tools. They have home garden and pets, tools, home improvement, and then they have you know, their two main categories here, and then they have their subcategories at the bottom. If you notice something, when we gave you guys the theme, it was exactly the same. It was exactly the same. You have your home and garden, home improvement, and then you have all this stuff. Guys, this isn't what we came to you with. You know, we didn't come to you guys with this. These are products, guys, that they just don't belong here in the categories. So I think you guys need to take a step back and really look at the manner in which these categories should be structured, guys, because once we have the categories down, guys, once we have these categories the way they should look, then we're practically done. Because at that point, I can say, okay, I can come back here, and I can say, for example, I can look here, and I can say, okay, now that we have all our categories structured, now I can go out and I can start adding products, or I can find the module to add products autonomously, whatever it is, and I can go find all the suppliers for this stuff. But until we don't have our categories properly structured, then I kind of don't have a point of reference to start from, and this still isn't properly structured. So again, guys, as soon as we have the shop by category, I can justify going ahead and filling this part in, filling this part in, and we can launch the site. And we can launch the site, and this is huge because not only are we going to make business, but you guys are going to make business as well. Because after we launch the site, we intend to launch a mobile app for the site. We intend to do more web programming. We intend to do a whole lot of stuff that's going to require the services of you guys. And that means more capital and more business for you guys. So we really need to fix the categories, guys. I think you guys need to take a step. Like I said, I keep reiterating this. Take a step back and look at what I requested and see how you could implement this and make it look beautiful, make it look awesome, guys. Because, you know, it has to look awesome. It has to look that way. When we gave you guys the site, it was something similar. You know, look at this. I mean, it's beautiful. It's the way it should look. Look at the effect they have off the site. You know, look at the effect, the way the books come off the site, and we had that. We had that with the theme. If you look at the plane was coming off the side too, and I loved that. That was my favorite part about the website. That was my favorite part about the website, and we got to get that back, guys. We got to get that back. So really, you know, make it a priority to get this fixed, and I don't expect this to get fixed right away. But guys, I mean, it would be nice if you guys could do that. But again, this has to get fixed. Like this, what is this? A camera here? I mean, it shouldn't be there, guys. I mean, I know you guys do better work than that. I know you do, and I'm telling you right now that there's no way I can launch the site with our category structure looking like this. There's no way. So again, here I have the books and Audible and all these categories here, guys. So take a look at that. Take a look at the categories that we want and try to see if you can implement the same subcategories that Amazon has. Try to see if you can implement that. I mean, all this stuff we're going to be selling from Amazon anyway. But most importantly, I want these pictures in the background, guys. They don't have to be the exact pictures. We gave you guys the theme. The theme comes with the pictures, guys. Just think about it and just use a little bit of intuition and say, for example, travel should have a picture of an airplane. Go ahead and put the airplane, you know, where it says where it's supposed to be. You know, travel, there should be an airplane here. I know you guys do better work than that. If there's anything you guys need from us, just let us know, and we'll go ahead and fix that, you know, as soon as possible, guys. I really appreciate the work that you guys are doing. I highly commend you on the search bar. The search bar is perfect. I couldn't ask for a better search bar than that, guys. But guys, again, I can't stress this enough. We're getting really close to launching the site. The site is almost done. It's practically done, guys. You just have to fix the categories for me, and then I can justify uploading a bunch of products to the site and start, you know, generating some traffic, okay? All right, guys. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great weekend, and God bless.